on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game.
We can hardly wait for the start of this one.
And it comes your way next.
Next to the beautiful San Francisco Bay, 40 miles from where Candlestick Park once stood, we're at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Ready to get this game started? Here's Eddie Pinheiro. And off we go in Santa Clara. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
You know, Kate, people won't stop recognizing Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant right at first, but they better start recognizing his game. He shed that label of his draft status to me long ago. He proved there is no fluke to his talent. He knows how to see it, how to feel it, how to deliver.
That's cut at the 25. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will give them some serious momentum along with a first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Purdy throwing here on first. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
McCaffrey can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. Motioning one of the tight ends. McCaffrey trying to punch it in. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now after the run, we see he's visibly shaken up. Team medical staffers headed over to take a look. So now, here's third and goal. Mason. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The 49ers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Velus Jones now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
Watching Bryce Young at Alabama, he just made the game look so easy. One of those rare prospects where everything just feels like it's in slow motion and he's in total control. Well, fast forward to the NFL, and he took a beating early in his career. Everything must have felt like a blur. But there's no denying the promise he has as a quarterback, that high upside that made him the #1 pick overall.
Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Hubbard again. And that hit stops him in his tracks. Stuck to the ground, but nothing gained that time, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
On 3rd down, it's Young. Searches from the pocket, and he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
So on 4th down now, the Panthers calling an All-Pro several times over. It's Johnny Hecker for the punt. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. So no return on that punt. And the 49ers will go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun is Purdy. Escapes the pocket. He's taken down. The Panthers rush gets home. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. Purdy setting up that play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. He'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, well, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
1st down, ball at the 36. Looking to throw, Purdy. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Opening frame of the game, and 2 times already, these defenders have got home for a home run sack. If they get their way, a lot more teammates are going to join them on the stat sheet with the takedown before this one ends.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Running back sent in motion. Nabs along that sideline. Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the red zone. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They give it to him again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
An extra corner into the game for the Panthers. 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
You get to that money down, that 3rd down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. But let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
Moody knocks it through. And that will add to their score.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Raheem Blackshear now to return. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Carolina offense out and ready to go for their 2nd drive. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, Kate. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that 1st down.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Shotgun snap now to Young. Gets this to Sanders. And they make the tackle at the 38. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's Young on 1st and 10. He completes it in traffic. And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. The easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Young. He finds Sanders. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. Finds a big lane. And he's finally hauled down at the 12. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Young on 1st and 10. The throw is caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Second and 6 coming up here. Young working from the gun. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
3rd and just 2 to go. Rush coming for Young. And it's cut in the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Eddie Pinheiro on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Panthers cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Purdy on 1st down. Kittle's got it on the slant. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. 1st down throw by Purdy. Finds him over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Yet another example why the ball finds its way in this guy's hands time after time. He's a playmaker, and he knows how to get the yards they need. Maybe not a ton there, but enough to move the sticks.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Play action now with Purdy. That's taken in by Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds close to that 35-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
This is reeled in by Juwan Jennings. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Has it in close. Touchdown, San Francisco! So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
On is Moody for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers make it a 10-point ball game. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Blackshear on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Panthers set to take the field. And the touchdowns got to keep coming for them as they still trail here. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And the 49ers get there and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Never ever a great look when your quarterback's picking himself up a few seconds into a drive. They're going to need a lot more fight on 2nd down and a whole lot of yardage to get this back on track.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Brought down by Fred Warner. Give him 2 yards there, and it's now 3rd and 14.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and long for him here. Connects with Hubbard. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
Carolina in punt formation. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And they're going to take over possession. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. From the gun is Purdy. Forced out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
They kick the running back in motion. Brought in by Ayuk. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Chased out to his right. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That's now the third sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think, how many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Another try following the sack. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. And not a lot of cover guys who can match up with him in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Purdy throwing here. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
It's a punt coming from the Niners on fourth down, and Mitch Wisnowski out to boot it away. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it's going to be Panthers football. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. From the pistol, it's Young. Pulled in by Tommy Tremble. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
They've got first down from the 31. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Thielen's got it, complete. And he's out of bounds, past midfield. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. It's a two-score game early. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. We're ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Handoff running right, Hubbard. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Brought down by Fred Warner. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Charvarius Ward brings him down. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap now to Young. Getting out to his left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
Another punt brings Johnny Hecker back to the field. The Niners have Ricky Pearsall ready to return. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackle made by J.C. Horn. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Running back sent in motion. From the 24. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that was pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line.
There's absolutely nothing he could do in that situation, Kate. Defense broke through so quickly, they had him dead to rights soon after he got the ball in his hands.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a 49er 1st down.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
First and 10 from the 41. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down around the 34. Second and 3 now. From the 34. Rolling left. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, this is one of the occasions, Kate, where this defense got to just keep chopping wood. Keep chopping wood. I know they're a little more careful about actually having axes in locker rooms anymore after injuries, but the mantra is the same. You can't look at the scoreboard nor worry about what your offense is doing. You got to keep punishing your opponent.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Purdy setting up that play action. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And their lead holds steady at 10.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The Panthers and Chuba Hubbard ready to begin another drive. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. It's a 21-yard gain. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
As a quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
1st and 10, it's Hubbard. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brought down by Fred Warner. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They run again with Hubbard. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8. Sending a receiver left. On 3rd down, it's Young. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Staring at 4th down now, the Panthers electing to go with Eddie Pinheiro for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be from 50. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. It's Deebo Samuel with the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The 49ers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Purdy throwing here on 1st. Flush down out to his left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here, and I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Makes the grab in bounds left side. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Purdy on 1st down. Completed over the middle. Still has some space inside the 35. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Kate, that play's so indicative of why tight ends in this league have become just an X factor. Right, they're big, they can block at the line of scrimmage, but the elite guys, well, they've got that speed, and they can take something short and make a difference with it down the field.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he only gets this one down to the 9. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Now it's Purdy. Escapes the pocket. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The 49ers take a 13-point lead. Brock Purdy with the touchdown. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers double their lead to 14. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, here's Jones. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Carolina offense headed out now. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Pass complete to Hubbard. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
To the air on 1st down. Young. He's on the move. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
2nd and 6 coming up here. A tight end in motion now. Here's a give to Hubbard. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Counterplay, Hubbard. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Up the middle, Hubbard. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now. Young working from the gun. Sheds off a rusher. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. The 49ers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Purdy looking to throw. He'll get this to Samuel. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
1st down throw by Purdy. Finds him over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Second and 6 coming up here. They'll motion him out of the backfield. That's complete to Kittle on the sideline.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
And the Panthers into the nickel set. 3rd down coming. To throw again, it's Purdy. That finds Ayuk, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Finds his target, Mason. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Play action now with Purdy. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch, but then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
Throw complete to Juszczyk. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Jadeveon Clowney on that stop. So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. The 49ers looking for a bigger lead before the break. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. From the gun is Purdy. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Well, we have seen the value of a big physical tight end. Just like that. Those post routes downfield, so hard to defend. The great tight ends, the physical tight ends, it's almost as if they're posting up on the low block in basketball, and you can't get around them.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. He has the San Francisco touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers stretch their lead to 21. Out to kick it away, here's Moody. Blackshear on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Carolina about set to go once again offensively. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Young on 1st and 10. Outright, Leggett makes the grab. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. All set up now for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Young. Throw complete to Thielen. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there, brought down by Javon Hargrave.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 2nd and 6 now. Escapes the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. New set of downs for him at the 38. Out of the gun, Young. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Desperation's a tricky thing, Kate. You love defenses when they're desperate and they're just playing on edge. But offensively, you're in a hole like this, the worst thing you can do is get desperate in a sack. Oh, it only adds further insult to injury.
This is reeled in by Leggett. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. And there's the timeout from the offense. Just 4 seconds left to go. And that play, that should help them get some points here going into the half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. It's on the right hash for this 39-yarder. Maher connects there. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Returnable from the 1. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we're halfway through this contest from Santa Clara, California. The hometown 49ers out in front. Now it's time we checked in around the league. Here's Jonathan Coachman with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a fine performance in the first half from the former Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Out to kick it away, here's Moody. On the return, here's Jones. And look at this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. Carolina ready to get things started on offense to begin the third. And that first half, they just couldn't keep up the pace, but they're going to be the ones setting the pace here to begin this third quarter. Young to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. He's got to gain a 6 there. Diamador Lenore there on the stop.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
They send a tight end in motion. 2nd and 4. Complete to Tremble. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the first.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. It's Hubbard off the option. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Play action now. Young escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that play good enough for a first. 16 yards on the play. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. And it's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical first down.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Young looking to throw. Short pass brought in. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought down by Fred Warner. '49ers stacking up the secondary. Look at that. They're in the dime. 3rd down. Now it's Young. Finds Sanders. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Staring at 4th down now, the Panthers electing to go with Eddie Pinheiro for the field goal try. This is going to be a 46-yarder. Marr connects there. And that lowers the deficit to 15.
He's happy to bring him 3 points closer, but I'm sure he sees the situation of the game. He knows 3 isn't going to cut it to end these drives. They need to find the end zone.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And you know this firsthand, partner. You get above that 300 mark, you and your offense are going to have plenty of highlights to choose from by this point in the game. We're getting a look at some of them now. You just got to marvel at how well he's played the quarterback position here. They'll start the second half with McCaffrey. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap for Purdy. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Josie Jewell making that stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Purdy throwing here. Completed here to McCaffrey. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. On 3rd down, Purdy. He has the first over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They'll throw it again. Finds him over the middle. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. Second down now, 7 to go. A give left side to McCaffrey. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. They kick the running back in motion. 3rd and long for him here. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's a 3-score game now, an 18-point lead.
I know they love that golf adage, drive for show, putt for dough, but it's awfully nice to drive for show and to have that kind of weapon in your back pocket.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, here's Jones. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Panther offense headed out to the field. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he's brought down for a loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Young on the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with a tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
And the 49ers in a nickel set. 3rd down coming. Young working from the gun. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Escapes a defender. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
This ball's cut by McCaffrey. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. But give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Into the hands of Kittle. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They're running the option, short side. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Play action now with Purdy. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's 1st down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. It's taken in by Juszczyk. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
From the gun is Purdy. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, San Francisco. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
On is Moody for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers continue piling onto this lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Blackshear on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Panthers get going again once more on offense.
And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Outright, Leggett makes the grab. He'll head out of bounds after a small gain. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 28. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap now to Young. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That's just a gorgeous corner route by the wide receiver. I bet you'll find, Kate, in the annals of football history, the best corner route runners as receivers are also the best slant runners, the best post runners, because it's all about change of direction, and that was put on display right there.
Finds a man right side. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Play action now, Young. Completed over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Oftentimes, play call-ins like chess. You got to have just the right move. And in this case, well, that is checkmate. That's a crossing route versus man coverage. Just the right choice, and they got a completion out of it.
From the pistol, it's Young. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
From the 29. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
On 3rd down, it's Young. He's on the move. He's running for it. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. It's a design boot. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
That was simply a case of not enough time available to let that play develop. That throw was out so quick, and he wasn't able to reel it in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Out of the gun, Young. And the defender comes away with it. Charvarius Ward picks it off.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. Running back sent in motion. Purdy on first down. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Handoff headed left to McCaffrey. Gets up the edge to the 35. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Best run games in this league have balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Going run again with McCaffrey. And he scampers ahead and gets two on the carry.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They stick with McCaffrey. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Purdy gets this from the pistol. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't honed the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
And this will force them to start inside the 20. That punt heads out at about the 15-yard line. This offense getting all set for this series. And a nice drive last time out, Brock, squandered by that interception. So I think they'd take a repeat of everything except that final play. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Panthers football as they stare down a huge deficit to begin the 4th. Second and 3 now. Young to throw it. Legette's got it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
They're set up at the 35 now. Young on 1st and 10. Pass complete to Hubbard. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
2nd and 3 now. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Gets this to Sanders. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
That's complete to Leggett. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Second and 3 now. Young working from the gun. It's caught. That's Thielen. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Now it's Young. Finds Sanders. And they take him down right along the 30. Second and 6 coming up here. Young on the play action. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
1st and goal, Hubbard. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. He gets him 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd and goal.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Panthers making the scoreboard look a touch better. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Point after from Pinheiro is up and good. And the Panthers make it an 18-point game. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Samuel now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's brought down after a short gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. On 3rd and short, McCaffrey. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it brings up a San Francisco first down.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was, just focused on executing the play in front of them.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Pickup of 6, and now they've got 3rd and 7.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. That route just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. It'll be Mitch Wisnowski doing the honors. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. The Panthers and this running back headed back out for a new series. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense. More good numbers well into this second half. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump. And, well, they got one of them to move that time. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Young throwing here. This is reeled in by Leggett. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 24. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Give him 3 on that gain. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now Young. He finds Sanders. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st. Third and just 2 to go. Shotgun snap now to Young. And he makes the, wait, no, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete. He was looking Xavier Legette's way there. And that brings up 4th and short.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, you can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
They'll run for it, Hubbard. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That is some old school brutality. An offense close to a first down, a defense that knows there's a run headed right its way. In a battle of wills, the offense gets it done.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's Young on 1st and 10. No place to go, so he just threw it away. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Here's Young to throw. Hubbard hauls it in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's called the quarterback's best friend, Kate. Gains like that on the screen aren't possible without everyone doing their job. One missed assignment is the difference between a big gain and being dropped for a loss.
Niners countering with a 5th defensive back on this 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Young. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
Desperation time here on 4th. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. The right call came in at the right time, give him 9 yards and a successful conversion on 4th.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. One of the rare instances there, Brock, where the quick slant doesn't win against zone coverage. He just couldn't hang on to the football.
No, we know this, Kate. In man coverage, it's about that separation, right?
Yeah.
You've got to win and create leverage. Versus zone, it's all about that anticipation.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That's Diamador Lenore. And the 49ers return the interception almost to midfield before the tackle's made.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
The home teams are ready to go on offense, and we'll get a look at Deebo Samuel. Even though they've got a 3-score lead, still a lot of time left, so they're going to try to grow it even further. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Back to McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3. Motion man is the tight end here, going left. McCaffrey on 3rd down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Another drive coming up for this offense. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. To the air on first down. Young. Throw complete to Thielen. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
From the 29. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Out of the gun, Young. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Offense up to the line fast. Looking to throw, Young. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Young to throw it. Ligette's got it. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Escapes the pocket. He's on the move. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. Offense in the hurry up here. Young on first and 10. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Panthers trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Trying again following the sack. Pass complete to Hubbard. And he's brought down at the line.
It's sure nice to have that safety valve. Sure nice to have a running back that's not just able to tote it, Kate, but he's able to catch it. That's now multiple times they've looked his way, and multiple times he's delivered.
Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. They're going for it, Young. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
So here come the 49ers on offense. They're looking to just hang on to the ball through the finish. Defense has all of its timeouts, but with this game out of reach, a good chance they just let it run. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
McCaffrey running between the tackles. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Just a couple on the pickup there, so back-to-back runs leave him with a 3rd and 8. Now a give, McCaffrey. He's got the 1st and more past the 40. And all the way up to the 42-yard line before he stopped. So the 49ers take the win here in front of the faithful in Santa Clara. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the 49ers, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.